Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm actually just about to head to work shortly, but I thought I'd pop on here because I wanted to film a little tutorial for you guys. Basically, yesterday I crimped my hair and I love the way it looks second day, so I was going to try to freshen it up by doing a little bit of a braid to get my hair out of my face because my hair is starting to get a bit oily, and then just adding a couple more braids throughout just to kind of make it a little more fun, make it a little more boho. So if you're interested in that, then please keep on watching. So like I said, I had already crimped my hair yesterday, but I do have my crimper on here. I can show you guys what it looks like, and I'm probably going to freshen up a few of the pieces underneath here that have gone a bit straight. But what I'm going to start out with doing is I actually want to braid my bangs out of my face because I just don't want them falling in my face all day because my hair is quite dirty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a messy little French braid here, or fishtail braid, sorry, just to get it off of my face. And then I was thinking of adding a couple more just throughout to really give it that boho kind of feel, because I really love the way this came out second day. So I actually have switched my part to a side part because I think this will look better this way. But I'm just going to messily grab just like this bang section here and start fishtailing. So I decided to just do a voice over this part because it's really straightforward. I'm just going to do a fishtail braid, which if you don't know how to do, all you have to do is take two sections of hair and you take the one closest to your face and cross it over to the other side, join it to that section, and then repeat the same step with that other side there. So you take that back section, cross it over to the front, and then join it with that front section. And you keep repeating that until you've created your fishtail. Another thing to note with fishtail braids is that the key to them is to make sure that you're taking really fine sections. This is because if you take a larger section, it just sort of starts to look more like a 3-strand braid rather than a fishtail braid. So the finer the section, the more intricate your braid is going to look. Another thing you might notice is that every so often I stop braiding and pull my braid apart. I really like to take my time with this and do it as I'm braiding so that I can get as much volume as possible. So all you have to do is grab hold of the end of the braid and use your fingers to pinch and pull the edge of the braid to soften it and mess it up. So I'm just going to continue following those steps until I find a good spot to finish off my braid. I decided to leave a good chunk of hair out at the end of my elastic because I thought that it really tied the braid in with the waves and made it look a little more messy rather than having it just dangling there. As a final step, I always like to grab hold of the braid with both hands and massage it to really fluff it up. So next I'm going to add in a couple more braids throughout my hair. So I'm taking a section from the underneath portion of my hair, flipping my hair out of my way and doing a braid. This is a really easy way to braid your hair without having to use an elastic. So what I do is I take my 3 sections and I start braiding, but I make sure to not like smooth out each section as I'm braiding so that by the time I've braided down, the ends sort of tangle together and I can just do like a topsy tail and take those ends and flip them up and through the braid that I've created, and it basically ties it off without having to use an elastic. It is very secure and it actually lasted me the entire day. So I'm just going to add a couple more of these braided sections. You'll just want to grab randomly, place them wherever you kind of feel like it. I did 2 on my left side, 1 underneath and 1 on top, and then I did add an extra one to the opposite side that had the fishtail just to tie in the 3-strand braid with the fishtail braid. You can choose whichever type of braid you want to use for this. You can do some more fishtail braids if you want, but for ease I decided to go with just a regular 3-strand braid. Okay, so once I've finished braiding, I'm going to touch up my waves with my crimper. So what I like to do is, because I tend to get oilier at the crown of my head, I always like to recurl that area because I find curling it just kind of disguises that a bit more. This crimper is so good. It's called a deep waver, I believe, and I got it off of Amazon years and years and years ago, and it's still going strong. I highly recommend getting one of these if you really want to achieve these really beachy waves with zero effort, because all you have to do is take the iron, clamp it onto your hair, and then continue to do that down the section as needed. So like I said before, I really liked how these second day waves came out, so I didn't really have to do too much, but I did want to touch up the few pieces that had gone a little more straight, so I'm just going through, picking out those pieces and re-crimping them. Okay, and to finish it all off, I'm going to use my Universal Elixir by Amika. This is nice to use after heat styling because it just smooths down the ends and adds some moisture back in, especially because I did go over some pieces that I've already heat styled from yesterday. So I'm just going to apply this right to my ends. And then to keep it looking really textured and beachy, I'm going to go in with my, this is by Kevin Murphy, it's called Bedroom Hair. This stuff is amazing. It's like a texturizing hairspray. First of all, it smells awesome, but it also just gives an amazing texture, which I find with some of these, like, they don't give as much grip. Like, this actually gives some really good grip to it. And there we have it. Just a really fun way to spice up wearing your hair down, making it look a little more beachy and boho, which I love. I think it looks really cool and just adds a nice change to wearing your hair just down all the time. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every single Wednesday, and if you have any suggestions for anything you'd like to see, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Bye.